Hello everyone, myself Ajay Sipahiya, and today I would like to talk over the Facebook confession pages. Confession pages, whether it is a way to share the deep dark secrets or a way of cyberbullying or defamation online. Now, who is responsible for keeping such confessions and the comments made on such confession pages in check with regards to defamation? As the administrators of the confession pages do appear to read every single submission because of how it comes through the Google Forum submissions. Now, another thing is, what is the procedure with regards to the seemingly anonymous administrators of these pages and defamation? As I'm referring specifically to their anonymity, how would a defamed person file a case against the administrators? Now, through this video, I have tried to make people aware what legal remedies a person can have in regard to such confession pages if something is posted against them. As the students or people submit their confessions via Google form, which allows for anonymity. Not even the moderators, administrators of the pages are aware of who is behind the submissions. Then the moderators choose the content that is to be posted onto the page. If people are defamed in an anonymous confession, therefore, they may be unable to identify the person behind that confession in order to take legal action against that person. Dealing with this problem in the context of Facebook, the High Court in Johannesburg has found the moderator of the page to be responsible for comments in this instance. So the moderators cannot escape liability on the basis that they themselves are not responsible for writing the confession. Further, in India were also many online defamation cases. One is the famous online defamation case of Maharashtra, and the another one is where defamatory comments were made against the son of a leading minister in India. The moderators also have the ability to remove the comments that are posted by other users on the page using the comments feature. To this extent, even where the person who is commenting may be identifiable. Now, applying the legal principles in such cases, the moderator of the page may be held liable for the content of those comments too. Now, individuals who post comments on a Facebook pages are largely anonymous. The effect of this anonymity is that individuals who post comments on a Facebook page may not be contactable and thus cannot be indirected from publishing unlawful material. In a way, they are little different from persons who have attached a scrappy piece of paper to a notice board in a passage with a pin or a glue. The creator of a Facebook page is akin to an individual who makes a notice board available to the public and therefore has an obligation to take down unlawful postings, much as a newspaper takes the responsibility for the content of its pages. Now, students or any person who set up confessional pages must do so with their real names as per Facebook policy, but they can choose to cloak their identity as page administrators. To keep posts anonymous, they use free online survey tools, mainly the Google Forms, and confessors simply click on a link to open a black box where they can type their confession. The most outrageous comments attract more attention, so there's a little incentive to exercise restraint. As the moderators or the administrator of the confession pages are themselves anonymous in many cases, this creates an additional hurdle for a person seeking to hold the moderator liable under, for instance, the law of defamation. A potential plaintiff may, however, seek to compel the Facebook to provide details of the moderator, which details are otherwise not available to the public. Facebook, in such cases, may be unwilling to provide this type of information in the absence of a court order compelling them to do so. Now, further, it impliedly becomes the duty of the administrators of such confession pages to be vigilant, and if not, in that case, the administrators can be legally pulled up for not being vigilant. As each post is uploaded through a particular link generated on the page, each confession has to be approved by the administrator before it goes online. It is the administrator's job to ensure defamatory content does not get uploaded on such forums which are so easy to be misused and can damage the society. It can be torturous for those whose names are mentioned, especially for the girls and or the women who are easy targets on such forums. Now, what can you do if you are a victim of such confession pages? First of all, take the snapshots of such defamatory or derogatory confession or comments. Now, the purpose of such snapshots is saving the evidence, as Section 65B of the Indian Evidence Act provides for the admissibility of the electronic records. After that, you need to file a criminal complaint at the cyber cell of the state police or even at a regular police station, who then shall guide you for where to file such complaints. As such things are offences of criminal defamation under Section 499 of the Indian Penal Code, but since it is using an electronic media, then such offences are also covered under Section 66A of the Information Technology Act 2000 for posting menacing information using computer technology, and such offence is punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years and a fine. The communication services include emails, social media sites, etc. Further, online bullying can also be termed as ragging and is punishable under various provisions of the Indian Penal Code. Now, what are the problems in India to combat such online criminal activities? First of all, the confession pages are mostly anonymous, and the lack of cyber cell prevents the system to look into the individual complaints. Second is the lack of reporting of the incidents by the victims. Third is the parents' support to their children in such bullying cases. Most of these are ignored by families and students goes into depression. Fourth one is the self-monitoring. Need to become more careful of interaction online and need to be sure who can possibly post a particular thing. FIR against an accused by the victim gives faster result. Fifth one is the Juvenile Justice Act. Now the students under the age of 18 will come under this, and it is extremely difficult to bring the guilty to justice, while there is no provision for safeguarding the children victims. The last is the lack of cyber helplines, and internet savvy judges in India is also a hurdle in tackling such criminal activities online. Thank you everyone for listening to this video. Thank you.